The Ghost Army, WWII's most mysterious secret unit. Have you ever heard of an army that fought a war with illusions? An army that used no bullets but still managed to fool the Nazis, saving thousands of lives? This is the story of the Ghost Army of World War II, a secret unit that used inflatable tanks, fake radio messages, and sound recordings to trick one of the most powerful military forces in history. Chapter 1. The Birth of a Strange Idea. The year was 1944. The Allies were deep in the fight against Nazi Germany. Every battle was costly, every mistake meant thousands of lives. So the U.S. military asked itself, what if we could create an army that wasn't real? Not an army of soldiers with guns, but an army of actors, painters, engineers, and sound experts. This was the beginning of the 23rd Headquarters Special Troops, a unit so secret that even other American soldiers had no idea it existed. It had around 100 men, but on the battlefield, they could make it look like an entire division of 30,000 troops had arrived. Chapter 2. Weapons of Illusion. The Ghost Army didn't carry heavy guns. Their weapons were inflatable tanks and trucks, life-sized rubber tanks that looked real from the air and from binoculars. Sound recordings, huge speakers blasted the noise of engines, marching soldiers, and construction work. Fake radio transmissions. Actors imitated real commanders, sending coded messages to mislead German spies. Visual tricks. Artists painted fake roads, airfields, and even camouflage that wasn't hiding troops, but creating the illusion of them. Imagine driving past a field and seeing dozens of Sherman tanks lined up. Now imagine finding out they were just balloons. Chapter 3. The Artists Who Went to War. The Ghost Army was filled with men who would later become famous artists, designers, and engineers. People like Ellsworth Kelly, who became a famous painter, Bill Blass, who became a fashion designer. Instead of painting on canvas, they painted decoys. Instead of designing clothes, they designed camouflage. These were men who fought with creativity, not rifles. Chapter 4. Missions in France. After the D-Day landings in June 1944, the Ghost Army was sent into action. One of their first missions was near the Normandy region. German scouts were watching carefully, waiting to strike Allied supply lines. The Ghost Army rolled in with their rubber tanks, set up fake artillery, and blasted sounds of soldiers moving in. German planes flew overhead, and from above, it looked like an entire division had taken position. The trick worked. The Germans attacked the wrong location while the real Allied army moved safely elsewhere. Chapter 5. Operation at the Rhine River WWII. Their most dangerous and successful operations was in March 1945 at the Rhine River. The Allies were preparing a real crossing of the river, a risky move that could cost thousands of lives if discovered. So the Ghost Army staged a giant distraction. They created a fake bridge, complete with trucks and tanks moving across. They broadcasted loudspeaker sounds of soldiers building and moving supplies. German forces shifted their focus to this fake crossing. Meanwhile, the real Allied troops crossed the Rhine almost unopposed. Historians believe this deception saved tens of thousands of soldiers. Chapter 6. Living the Lie. Life in the Ghost Army was dangerous. If they were caught, they couldn't claim to be normal soldiers. They carried no heavy weapons, only pistols. If captured, they risked being executed as spies. To make their illusions believable, they even dressed up as generals, drove around villages pretending to be commanders.